Hello everyone, Stormy Strike here, and in this video I'll be reviewing Spirit Riding Free Ponytails Collection 2, which was released to Netflix on October 18th, 2019. Unlike the last collection of Ponytails, which only consisted of music videos and one episode of Spirit Riding Free chopped up into multiple parts, this time we actually got 4 full-length episodes, much like the episodes of the regular show. Did they listen to the fans' complaints and gave them what they wanted? Well, I'm sure they do listen to criticisms of the show. I also know it takes a long time to produce episodes. I don't know if 2 months would have been enough time for them to create 4 new episodes from scratch, so I kind of doubt that would be the case, but I don't really know how long it takes them to make these episodes. Geez, I sound like I know nothing about how film and animation is made, even though I graduated with a film degree. Whether or not the fans' negative reactions had anything to do with the creation of this new collection of episodes, I'd like to believe they did listen to the fans. They did deliver on complete episodic stories this time around, and I'm overall pleased with the new episodes. Now I'll be getting into my random reviews for each of the 4 episodes, and this is where I'm going to be talking about spoilers. Official spoiler warning starts now. This review is going to be semi-serious and semi-pointless jokes because, I don't know, that's just how we do things around here. The first episode is titled Frontier Philly's Summer Outdoor Jubilee, and continues off of the story in the first collection of Ponytails, where the pals are preparing for the Outdoor Jubilee. Now, I can't remember if it was my review of Ponytails video, or my unboxing of Spirit Items video that was semi-recent, but in one or both of those videos, I mentioned it would be nice to see more content of the pals actually at these special events, instead of just them getting prepared to go to said event. And this episode, actually episodes, delivered on that, and that's great. We actually got to see the pals at the Frontier Philly's Summer Outdoor Jubilee. And boy, that's a mouthful. And they interacted with other Frontier Phillies at the event. I am overall quite happy about that. The pals are also in different clothes from their usual attire, which is pretty cool. In this episode, the pals meet the Buds, who are Bibi, Ursula, and Daphne, and their horses, which are all pretty cute. I like how they did make Sarge look like a military horse. Wait a second. This was overall a cute episode with the charm of the usual Spirit Riding Free episodes, and I always love the fun humor in these episodes. This one has a good life lesson that it's okay for friends to be different and get in arguments with each other sometimes. That doesn't have to make you any less of a team. I was pleasantly surprised when the story and characters actually continue over into episode 2, the Frontier Phillies Great Legacy Race. My only criticism with this episode is there is no one monitoring the race at any point. I try not to take this series too seriously, but with the archery checkpoint, how does anyone at the end of the race know they completed that checkpoint correctly? No one was there to watch them. They could have easily just stabbed an arrow in the center of the target and called it a day. Or just bypassed that one completely and nobody would even know that they did it or not. At least not at the very end of the race, immediately. Why do I feel like Daphne belongs in Hogwarts? She feels like she just came out of Hogwarts and is ready to practice some spells. I mean, it's probably just the accent, right? And the glasses, and the red hair, and the smarts, and oh my, she's like Ron, Harry, and Hermione combined. My favorite moment out of these 4 episodes was probably when Daphne's horse, Marbles, reaches out like she's going to help pull her human out of this dangerous situation, and instead, she eats an apple. I actually ended up liking the characters of the Buds in this episode because they felt really ambiguous. While they were the antagonists of this story, they weren't that bad. I didn't feel much animosity towards them because while they did some pretty unfair things to the pals, it felt like they could grow and change as characters. They have the potential. We saw that with the character of Daphne, that she wanted to change into a better person, but didn't quite make the final reach. She still has the potential to do better there, though. It feels in time they could change into better friends for the pals, and they actually make really good characters that the show can revisit in the future. Episode 3 again continues the storyline, but this time the pals are leaving the Frontier Phillies Summer Outdoor Jubilee, my goodness that is still such a long name, to head back to Miradero. The episode is called The Healing Tree. There's some problems with this episode in regard to snakes and snake bites. The amount of snakes in the canyon is rather ridiculous. I mean, I know they want this to be scary and danger-filled, but that's just a lot of snakes in a very small area. Snakes in general are solitary animals, and they don't live in groups. I thought maybe this particular rattlesnake had different behavior, so I looked it up. From what I've gathered, western diamond-backed rattlesnakes can be seen in groups at certain times of the year, but not during the summer, which is when we know this episode takes place because Frontier Phillies Summer Outdoor Jubilee. Therefore, at this time, the snakes should be pretty solitary. I'm sure there's some inaccuracies about the snake bite and the treatment, but I don't feel like doing any more research because I'm tired and only have a couple more hours left to finish this video, so we're gonna leave it at that. Mixley and his horse Crow appear in this episode to help Boomerang and Abigail, and I'm really happy to see them in the show again. They've hardly been in it, but they are arguably my favorite characters. Then again, a large portion of my favorite characters are hardly in the media they're from, so it makes sense why I like them both so much. Episode 4 is The Mystery of the Golden Unicorn. I quite like this episode. The pals find a beautiful champagne-colored horse, who Abigail of course believes to be a unicorn. Now, I got a lot to say about this horse, so here we go. She looks like she belongs in Star Stable. Actually, she looks like she belongs in the Pets Horse Club Wii game. I'm not sure why I think that. I'd like to play that game again someday, though. I still like the designs of the horses, and her design just feels like it could kind of fit in that game for some reason. They call this horse Mystery? Wait, Mystery? Like the Mystery?
Mystery, please no.
Mystery has 33 engraved on her horseshoes. I know they said later that it actually stood for EE, but what about Disneyland's Club 33? It would make sense. Mystery looks like a fairy tale. She is very prestigious, and she probably costs a lot of money. I feel like she would go to Club 33. I know, this video has turned into me making ridiculous references again. Anyway, I'm happy that Maricela got to keep Mystery at the end of this episode, and it's cute how they make the perfect fit for each other. I'm sure we'll be seeing Mystery again in future installments. Overall, I thought this season or collection of Spirit Ponytails was a lot more rewarding than the last one. We actually got 4 full episodes worth of content instead of just 1. It felt more like a season of the regular show. I'm really liking Spirit Riding Free. The characters continue to grow on me, and their adventures remind me a lot of being a kid. Before we go, let me know down in the comments below if you watched Spirit Riding Free Ponytails Collection 2, and what did you think about it? Which episode was your favorite? That wraps up for this video. If you would like to see my past Spirit Riding Free videos, I have a complete playlist in the description below or at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a horse-tastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone!